Hello, welcome to McBoss Capital. My name is Michael Chu. This is the growth stocks list recap video for this week ending April 4th, 2025. So as I point out in our general market recap video, if you haven't watched that, please go watch it. It is a brutal week. I think by Friday, as we see here, out of the growth stock that track, which is around 380 stocks here, by the end of the week we have only six still in uptrend mode, and we have 370 in downtrend, and pretty much none of them is within the range of 1% of the moving average. So that just show the severity of the downtrend. So pretty much there's no hiding here, and most stocks are being hammered, even defensive ones. We also highlight that in the market recap video, like utilities and real estate and consumer staples. Those three sector areas also got hammered Friday quite a bit. So really on Friday we have like this is the first time I've seen like in a long time like that kind of ratio where only 2%, like six stocks out of the 378 that are still in uptrend. That's quite a negative sentiment. And obviously, we also talk about the wicks hitting over 40 on Friday, so that's a pretty high level as well. And it also closed at the top. So we could have one more day. Going into Monday, not sure if there's any news going to come out on the macro side that could continue, maybe with tariff retaliation from other countries and so forth, including EU. So we heard from China on Friday, and that's what really shook the market. Stocks like Apple and even Tesla, those are hammered quite a bit. So as you can see here, the numbers are very weak. There's barely any stock, one stock making new high. I'll talk about that in 1 second here. But other than that, you know, it's not doing well. Like many growth stocks are not doing well. I will also highlight how many of those stocks are down. Like a lot of them are down double digits on Friday. I heard on CNBC that there's many retail investors trying to buy the dip on Thursday, but they all got punished on Friday. So um, yeah, sheet that I showcase every week for the growth stocks I follow. Here's the stock symbol right here. Then we have the price percentage gain since January 10, 2025, pretty much before the earnings season started. And right now we are starting the next earnings season this coming week with the banks um, kicking it off. And here is the whether it's in an uptrend or downtrend based on the 10 and 21 day moving average. And then we have the highest date, meaning they make a new recent high. So you can see not many stocks are making new recent high. And then we have a relative strength on the daily and weekly basis based on how it closed. And then here's the ranking, right? So we tend to focus the ones that are ranked near the top. Stocks that are in uptrend and they are all near the top. Or the rest are pretty much in downtrend. And like I said, there's not much hiding right now. Almost every area got hit. This is pretty bad right now. On the list is ALHC, a medical managed care stock. Alignment Healthcare. The earnings are pretty forecasts are growing towards more positive. It's still negative, not making money, but it's at least improving. Is what I'm trying to say here. And same thing with sales. This one has been holding pretty tight despite all this turmoil. It's the one stock that I've traded that hasn't got stopped out yet, which is very unusual. Most of them have already been stopped out. So here's my first position right here when it came out right there, and it moved up, and then here is a pullback, and then I added more here. So you can see we were very close to hitting this on Friday. I could get stopped out any moment, but it did recover a little bit by the end of the day towards the 10-day moving average. So very choppy action on Friday. Many health stocks, as we saw in the big market recap video, like they got hammered. Like healthcare, even though it was defensive, it got really hammered on Friday, like other defensive areas. But yeah, it was able to recover higher lows here. You can see. So we'll see if it can, hold this low here going into next week. We'll see. Then the next stock, Rocket, in the mortgage related area, is doing better than most stocks. And then we have the co-op acquisition that Rocket is buying co-op, so that one obviously at highs. And we also have PFSI doing okay here, also related to mortgaging. Again, with the yields coming down, um, the long-term yield coming down, it may be beneficial to this stock. So on Monday, I think Rocket made offer for co-op, the Cooper, and the stock has continued to go up since then, which is interesting. Um, and then we go look at Rocket. So initially, Rocket was down on the news, but then comes the next day, it has started to climb back, and then now it's at pretty much near a new recent high, just a little bit shy of it. And it's above the black line 200 day. So this is pretty strong. Number two on the list. So Penny Mac Financial Service is also another mortgage related area. It also did pretty well, as you can see here on Friday. It was able to it started the day pretty low, but then it was able to bounce back pretty strong here. So this one is definitely more volatile than the previous two. But you know, there's potential here. It has done some short burst run here, so it's possible it could run again, especially after 3 days of volatile days there. Up here is CORT in the biotech. CORT Therapeutics. It has this huge jump here. Not sure what the news is. And then since then, it has pulled back really hard. Look at 4 days of pulling back. We're now at the 10-day, so technically it's still in the uptrend based on the 10-day. But yeah, we are in very bad shape right now after this pullback. So if it doesn't bounce, it could go lower. This we see some gold stocks here: IDR, GFI, AU, AGI, WPM. So those gold stocks were doing recently well until Friday. So here's IDR. I see a huge reversal right here, downside reversal. This is not good. Here's GFI, huge drop on Friday. Same thing with AU. Look at that drop, gap down and then drop. Here's WPM. Like a stop out on Thursday right here in the morning. So like I said, even though it bounced, I didn't buy it back. I just didn't trust the current environment right now, just because. Yeah, and then this is what happened on Friday. Obviously, continue the volatility right now. And finally, we have Alamos Gold here. Also bounced back on Thursday, but look at this Friday, it make a new low, down 8%. So here's my interactive brokers, and I just have the same list here, and you can see Chinese stocks got hammered big time on Friday. I mean, you can see BABA right here down 10%. Look at this gap down on BABA. It did bounce back, you know, closer to the high of the range on Friday. So we'll see. This is a AI stock now, like lots of attention. They're doing lots of AI work, so we'll see if we can come back up. This is Futu, another Chinese stock in the investment area. It didn't bounce back as strong as BABA. It's under the 200-day now. Then here you will have TGTX and TEM. So the drop is not as bad as other stocks. It didn't make a new low yet on TGTX. On Tempest AI here, we did make a new low, but it did rebound slightly from the low again. Still very sharp downtrend right now. Next we have Palomar in the insurance group, and you know, and that's a defensive area, and even that got hit on Friday. A lot of defensive area got hit hard on Friday. Down 6%. ONC, ZLab, those are biotech, down 9, 13%. ANIP here down 1% in the health area. Monster Drink down 4%. Then we have HCI and BAO in the insurance 9 and 7%. Chris Biotech down 3% on Friday. Yum Retail is down, the restaurant is down 9%. Then we have LTH down 5%. Tigo Telecom down 6%. Then we have BWin Insurance down 4%. NFG Utility Gas down 7%. Rango down 9%. BZ Chinese stock down 18%. So the Chinese stocks got really hammered. BZ is probably one of the stronger, same as BABA, very strong stock recently, but it really just fell apart on Friday, closing at the bottom. Next we have AZAC down 4%, FMV down 8%, MDGL down 3%, PAI and LRN in the education service down 2 and 5%. So here's APEI down, like holding up pretty strong. It rebound from the morning low. Same thing with LRN. I would look at relative strength hitting new highs because it's dropping a lot less compared to the general market. And yeah, it looks very tight action, both of them. You can see here I make money in this before. Next we have Palantir down 13%. And you can see from the chart here, it was holding pretty tight. And then again, same thing. It gave up on Friday, so and it kind of make new lows as well. Then we have Ascend 5.6, Ryan down 7%, Roll down 6%, ABT down 5%, Primo down 6%, FNF down 6%, Halo down 4%, Okta down 9%, CG down 7%, Spotify down 10%. So Spotify also very similar to Palantir, was holding pretty tight, and then now it has fallen apart and looks like it's coming back to its previous low here, maybe a test there. Then we have Lore down 8%, EIX down 6%, this is utility, PRGS down 3%, T2 down 7%, HGI down 6%, PNDG down 3%, NTS down 5%, HCA 5%, ATG down 5%, down 1%, FMS down 6%, YMM down 11%, another Chinese stock, ROB down 6%, GFL down 7%. So as you can see, as we go down the ranking, we're just seeing lots of drops here, and basically the stocks that drop the least are going to rank a little bit higher, whereas stocks that got pound like more than double digits are going to rank a lot lower. So you have UHS, PAN, SFM, RDNT, Yelp, QFIN, ADMA, HRO, Duo, AMDRI, AHR, TW. Uh, yeah, even TW was holding pretty good during the week, but it just fell apart by Friday. Just to show you the severity of this, and you can see I can pretty much stop out on Friday right away. Um, very strong volume, huge drop. I'm not sure there's any news, but that's what happened is how fast it can drop. That's why this current condition is just very scary. Because it can drop very fast. AT&T, another Chinese stock here, Appfolio, CSGP, VMC, EXE, Airy, Tesla, which we cover in the main video. Trup, RBC, Pod, Netflix also cover that in the main video. T-Tech, ENXG, RSI, DRS, PSN, Visa, ECL, Lily, MERM, GVA, AMX, Power, GPOR, FSV, Nice, Hey. So I'm not going to go down the rest of the list, but you can feel free to browse through it on your own time. But it's just chaos everywhere and just lots of sell-off. Yeah, and there's not much to do right now until we see, uh, what we want to see is a rally from here, and on the 1 day rally we want to see if it tests come back and test the low, especially intraday. If we see that it tests the low multiple times and it was able to continue going making higher lows, that will be a very good sign. Then and if we see that for a few days, that will be a good sign as well. Just to finish with some of the, so this is not in order right now, but these are some of the stocks that previously tracked. You can see, for those who doesn't use interactive brokers, this icon here just tells me that, hey, there's a short sale restriction, and so you can't even short sell this stock right now. And still down this much, like 13%, 12%, 14%. It's just incredible. Like AR down 13, AT again, lots of Chinese stocks here. CNX 14. Just a lot of stocks. Duolingo app down 17%. Again, this is a darling from the last rally, and it just really fall apart. Now it's at the 200-day now. So it's on 525 to 220. That's a pretty significant correction. 58% right now. We have Kavana down 12%, SC down 11, LB down 10%, Credo 11%. I mean, this is just incredible selling. Bros 10%, CNX 14%, even GE is down 10%, SCCO down 9%, ERO, BMRN, AROC, RIG. A lot of oil stocks got hit hard, like RIG related, oil related. MU Micron down 13%. Then we see here DRS, HESM, SGML, RSC, a lot of energy resource area got hit RAM. Incredible selling here, even in defense.HWM. That area also been doing well until Friday, got hit really hard. So here's a big drawdown here on Friday, HWM. And then we see lots of selling in the banks too. Um, so yeah, just incredible selling even in big banks. There's no hiding here, but CISO is one of the popular growth area before, and now it's like completely given up all its gains. It did reverse on Friday, so we'll see what happens there. TBBK, the bank corp, this one also started to give up. So I mean, this is basically broken wide. What I do expect is, like I say, maybe one day more sell of this, especially Monday, because we might see a lot of orders being placed over the weekend for Monday to sell. And so I would expect very volatile. Like by the end of the day, we'll probably see more selling, even if it's up during the morning. Just because there's going to be lots of orders going in to sell stocks because people are just kind of maybe don't want to participate no more due to the tariff stuff. So like I said, this is not over, but what we want to see is like, where is the support level, right? We obviously haven't seen it yet. So if we keep making new lows, there's no support level. But at some point, we're gonna make a low and we stop making newer lows, and that's when we see some support, and then that's when we can maybe start to come back in and increment our positioning, whether it's for swing trading or even longer term. So thank you for watching this stream. I hope it helps you in any way or form understand what's happening. Please like and subscribe. Until next week. And if you want to join me on live stream every day in the morning if you have the time, yeah, feel free. Thank you. Have a good day.